You may not know this about me, but I was born and raised on military bases all over the world. My father was a member of the United States Air Force, made a career out of it, and his choices, his life, shaped the way that I see the country that we're a part of. It shaped the way that I understand things like our flag and what it stands for. It helps me to understand and respect the men and women who wear the uniform of the United States of America and protect and preserve the freedoms that we have. Made me a student of history. I loved watching old war movies. And one of them in particular, Saving Private Ryan, was full of very profound pictures and images of brotherhood and the camaraderie that soldiers develop. In one of the scenes from Saving Private Ryan, toward the end of the movie, Captain Miller had received some serious wounds. He was bleeding and dying on a bridge. He motioned for Private Ryan to come close, and he whispered two words into this young man's ears that shaped the rest of his life. He said with his dying breath, "Earn this. Earn this." It changed the way that he lived his life. He understood in vivid detail the sacrifice that it took to give him the future that he was going to enjoy. I don't want us to confuse patriotism or the freedoms that we enjoy as citizens of the United States of America with the freedom that God gives us, way larger than anything that a government could afford. And he says in Ephesians chapter 4, Paul writes, "As a prisoner of the Lord, then I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling that you have received." Now, please don't confuse the quote from Captain Miller, "Earn this," with what Paul is saying in Ephesians 4. All of our best deeds stacked on top of each other aren't good enough to bridge the gap that we've created between us and God. It's a gift that we've been given, but Paul says because we understand the cost, because we have those vivid details of the sacrifice that it took to give us a hope and a future, he says, live a life worthy of that calling. Show that you understand the sacrifice of Jesus by the way that you live your life. He says, be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. There is one body, one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all, through all, and in all. We have tall marching orders to live a life that recognizes the grace and compassion that Jesus asks us to live because he was willing to model it for us. As we choose day by day to interact with people, my prayer for you this week is that you'll recognize the sacrifice that was given to you, that grace that was afforded by the gift of Jesus Christ, and that you'll live a life that's worthy of that calling, that reflects your understanding of what Jesus has done for you.